The Spanish Civil War. In Hoi4, this is one of, if not the most important part of Hoi4's pre-World War II stage. After all, Spain is where Germany will get most of its army and air XP before the war, and it's where Italy and Russia can grind out terrain traits like Mountaineer and Hillfighter. Now, this isn't just because Spain is the only country besides China that has a war before 1939, but because when Paradox reworked the Spanish Civil War and La Resistance, they turned Spain into the perfect training ground. But unfortunately, since La Resistance, that's all Spain has really been, a training ground. The more you play Hoi4, the more you'll notice that most minor countries follow a simple formula: early game expansion, mid game buildup, and late game expansion. Belgium's Burgundy path follows the formula I just talked about, which results in it being simple, straightforward, and most of all, fun. You get some early expansion in the Benelux, you spend most of the mid-game building up your army and industry, and then you get some late-game expansion into France. Meanwhile, Spain looks at this formula and completely fucking ignores it by virtue of having to fight an unavoidable civil war that usually drags on until early 1938 or late 1939 if you get really shafted by the AI. And while I can forgive ignoring this formula because you have to fight a fucking civil war at the start of the game, what I can't forgive is the fact that after you win the civil war, you have to do a bunch of long-ass focuses to recore half your country, and on top of that, you need to do more fucking long focuses to get rid of the Civil War reconstruction spirit, and by the time you're done dealing with all that bullshit, it's already late 1940 or early 41, and you don't feel like playing the game anymore, because having to fix and build up your nation while watching the rest of the world go to war isn't fucking fun. But listen, if I'm being completely honest, my problem with Spain isn't that it's a late game nation, it's that it's forced to be a late game nation by quite possibly the worst mechanic Paradox Interactive has ever added to Hoi4, the goddamn unplanned offensive state modifier. Now, if you're lucky enough to have never suffered the unplanned defensive mechanic, I want you to imagine doing the four-legged race from the Squid Games, but as a fucking paraplegic. In essence, the unplanned defensive modifier makes your divisions all but useless until you get rid of it, and the only way you can get rid of it is by doing some stupid decisions that you can only click whenever the game feels like it. And to be completely honest, this single mechanic is what completely fucks over Spain for me. When we look at it objectively, the Spanish focus tree is okay, even if it's a little outdated by now, and the post-Civil War reconstruction isn't really that bad. But when Paradox added the unplanned defensive modifier to Hoi4, they ruined Spain by making the Civil War drag on for way too long, which makes playing Spain very unfun. Oh, and for whatever unholy reasons, some countries can somehow get involved in the Civil War for no fucking reason. But to be fair, that's not as bad as the unplanned defensive modifier. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about Spain, so feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and feel free to support me on Patreon if you fucking want to. So yeah, remember to always drink and drive, and I will see you all on the next one. Roll the horror.